So I thought this was an interesting story. The Broncos' Brandon Marshall, good linebacker, he decided to join Colin Kaepernick and kneel for the national anthem. But the difference is Colin Kaepernick plays in liberal, dissent-oriented, contrarian San Francisco. Not a lot of pushback. Brandon Marshall plays in Denver. Very conservative. One of his sponsors, the Air Academy Federal Credit Union, dropped him. He has now lost 2 endorsements. Here's the Broncos' Brandon Marshall.
I just lost another endorsement today, which is cool. CenturyLink, they decided to drop me today. Once again, I'm still doing what I believe in. It's not going to make me, lose any sleep. At the end of the day, I'm still going to play football, but at the same time, do what I believe in.
Good for him. But I will say this. I've been okay with everything that's happened. I was okay with Colin Kaepernick's protest. I was okay with people booing him. I was okay with him altering it in San Diego on military night. I was okay for more players joining him, and I'm okay with players losing endorsements. As I've said from the beginning, players have opinions. It's going to increase. You can't be a freedom of speech guy. You can't tell me how much you should be able to drink and be vulgar in a stadium and have your ability to have your opinion, but a player can't. I've been completely comfortable with all of this, and I think it has shown our power and strength and resilience, not the opposite, a weakness. The fact that in America you can protest, and then you can be booed, and then you can be galvanizing and supporting, and you can be polarizing, and you can keep your endorsements or losing them. I think this story is about time and place matters. Ryan Lochte, Hope Solo, discovered that as Olympic athletes at the Olympic site, things that wouldn't get you in big trouble can get you in big trouble. Time and place matters. Brandon Marshall is in very conservative Denver. Dallas is conservative. Tampa Bay is conservative. Indianapolis is conservative. Tennessee's conservative. Jacksonville's conservative. Any slight to the military, whether it's true, real, authentic, or just perceived, will not land the same way it will land in liberal Seattle, where protests are part of the city's history and fabric. Liberal Philadelphia, liberal Washington, D.C., liberal San Francisco. There are certain cities, not all protests are the same. Not all moments of activism are the same. Where are you doing them? When are you doing them? It's just, as a parent, there are certain times my kids can make mistakes. When we go to somebody else's house, the rules change. At Dad's house, you can spill stuff. At Dad's house, you're allowed to be obnoxious. But when we go to somebody else's house, the rules change. Same kid, same parent, just a different environment. Denver's conservative. It's not going to land the same as it will in San Francisco. I used to live in Portland, Oregon. There was a protest every day, 5 o'clock news. The protesters would there were people sitting on buildings, like going to the bathroom on the second floor outside of a building. I mean, that was the way it worked. If you were going to have a construction project, you were going to have, it doesn't work that way in Dallas. I'm not going to treat you the same in Dallas. But in Portland, it was contrarian. It was dissent was encouraged. And so this whole process to me, I've been very comfortable with. And I think everybody needs to get comfortable with it. Go to the Olympics. You can't pee in a public restroom and potentially pull down a sign in Rio. You can do that at Salt Lake City if they have a skiing championship. You could do that in Indianapolis if they have a swimming championship. Rio, Olympics, NBC, the world's watching. Don't be the ugly American.